Yo, what up? How you guys doing out there today? This is your boy RotoBeast from DFSCheatSheet.com, and I'm here to present you my NBA Live segment for Thursday, October 25th. If you're new to this channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all my MLB, NBA, and NFL videos. And like I said, if you haven't already, go check out the site at DFSCheatSheet.com. We have all the tools to help you compete with the pros day in and day out, including a complete optimizer, tons of content, daily cash lines for Fanduel and Draftkings. We've been on absolute fire to start the NBA season. If you haven't joined the money team and went and picked up our VIP package, you're absolutely missing out. I don't know what else to tell you. So make sure to check out on the site, dfscheatsheet.com. Get our VIP package, all access to everything. And yeah, so I'm ready to get up on the get going on this slate. Couple key news pieces that we have. We got Kevin Love out today, so Channing Frye is going to start for him. I much would have rather liked Larry Nance to start for him, but either way, Larry Nance is going to get a ton of minutes today, so I think he's a really good value play on the slate. And I don't know, man. At first, I was like, kind of like, well, LeBron is a lock on this slate. And I definitely still think you have to try to get LeBron in your lineup if you can tonight. But one thing that's really jumping out to me is that I think that Jokic is going to have an absolute field day going against the Lakers tonight. Jokic is just, he's been playing very well. I think this game is going to stay close throughout. And, Lakers don't have no big men that can really guard Jokic. So my hot take of the day, I love Jokic. I think he's going to have a monster night tonight, and he's going to be lower owned than he should be. I'm ready to get into these questions. I'll get started, and any questions that you guys have, make sure and drop them in the comment section. I'll get to them in order. So we'll get going. So Arturo wants to know if Plumlee is a punt. I like Plumlee. He's a guy. He's a really good fantasy points per minute guy. The problem with Plumlee is that he doesn't get the minutes. That's the only thing that I'm kind of like about with Plumlee. But if you're just looking for a cheap guy, somebody that that can get you close to value, and I definitely think that you can look at Plumlee. I like Plumlee. I definitely like him as a player. Like I said, my biggest thing with him just is he going to get minutes or not? Quickly, let me just bring up his minutes. I just want to look at it. I'm right here. Let me bring him up. So he is playing for 4,000, and he's playing about 18 minutes a game. Against Sacramento, he got a couple extra minutes because of the blowout. Put up 30 fantasy points. That's just showing you he gives you, monster fantasy points per minute. So if you're going to tell me Plumlee was going to play 20 minutes tonight versus the Lakers, I would be in as a punt play. I just don't know how the minutes are going to shake out. What up, dude? My boy Dylan, how's everything, bro? Carmel Charles wants to know what the lineup is for tonight. Hey, Mr. Charles, if you want the lineup, bro, go hit up the website, dfscheatsheet.com. You still have some time to get in with us today. Yeah, man, and them cash lineups is going to be fire today. They've been fire to start this whole season. DraftKings and Fanduel have been doing very well. So go check out the site, Mr. Charles. Do you think Gordon has a fire game? I definitely think Gordon has a chance to have a good game against Portland. Portland, they don't have their power forward is really more like a 3-guard. So I definitely think that Gordon could have his way with Aminu. Aminu is long though. Price tag, Gordon's a fair price. I definitely would rather go 200 less and go with Kyle Kuzma on this slate, but Gordon definitely has some upside in this spot. Would you play LeBron in a GPP? Yeah, I definitely think LeBron is GPP worthy. He's honestly even cash worthy. I like him in both formats, GPP and cash. I don't know. I don't know if I want to pay that price when I could get a Jokic for a 10.3 and he's going to have the same, pretty much the same as that game. I think I may save some money. I'm still undecided, about the LeBron thing. The more I was looking at Jokic, it really was standing off for me. Scotty P wants to know, do you think the Cleveland game will be a blowout? Well, I mean, Cleveland is horrible. Now they're without their best player on their team, Kevin Love. If you had to ask me, then I definitely think, Scotty, that this game is going to turn into a blowout for sure. I mean, the Cleveland Cavaliers just got blown out by the Nets last night, and the Detroit is a way better basketball team than the Nets. Cleveland's on a back-to-back, so I definitely could see this game turning into a blowout. What about Zaza on a blowout? Hey, man, I'm going to be honest. I don't play Zaza. I don't care. For me, Zaza just isn't very, very good, to be honest. 3,800. I mean, I guess you could use him as a punt play. He had a couple of decent games already this season. It's ugly for me. I don't know if I could play Zaza. Thing about it is, though, it's a small slate. We're gonna have to find some places to punt if we want to pay up for some guys. Sit or sleep on NFL tonight. I haven't really looked too much in NFL. To be honest with you, for tonight, Jason. I usually only play main slate for NFL. Mr. Mike wants to know, how's Orlando look to you, Vooch specifically? Man, I like Orlando. Orlando's a good team. The thing about Vooch is he's going to be going against Nurkic, and Nurkic isn't a bad defender. But the thing about Nurkic is they don't want to play that guy no minutes. Last game he finally got 30 minutes against Washington, and he had a monster game, 22-8, talking about Nurkic. But the two games before that, he only played 23 and 17 minutes. So, I mean, I like Vooch. I think Vooch is a very good play today. The guy has monster upside. Now, the past two games, he's got at least 32 minutes. The thing with Vooch, it's all about minutes. If he's going to be on the floor and play 32 minutes, he's going to have a monster game. I mean, his past two games, he's got you 65 and 49 fantasy points. So the guy, I mean, he's a very good play. 8,200, very fair price tag. I like Vooch for GPPs. Mr. Shocker wants to know, should I fade Blake Griffin? I mean, I like Blake on this slate. I definitely like Blake. I think that, Blake is actually a fair price as well, 9.2. The only thing with Blake is I don't want to feel like I'm chasing the 50-point game he just had against Philadelphia, where he scored 78 fantasy points. I don't like chasing points. And we just talked about it. I definitely think this game could turn into a blowout rather quickly. Blake gets his minutes kind of knocked off a little bit. So for me, Blake is a little bit more GPP. But, I do like Blake, though. Let's Talk More Show wants to know, if there's no blowout, do you like Fry? Oh, Fry's one of those guys that it's so hard to stomach, bro. Let me look real quick at what Fry's even done this year. So Fry, he hasn't even played one game so far this year. He's going to be starting tonight. For me, I'm going to keep it real, bro. I'm not touching Fry. Last year he did good only when he played with LeBron, because LeBron was getting him open threes. But whenever LeBron wasn't on the floor with Fry last year, Fry was absolute trash. And I'm not messing with Fry. It's a pass for me. It's a definite pass. Let's Talk More Show. Griffin seems good without Love. I'm a beginner, though, so I could be wrong. So Silver Yoshi, I mean, Griffin is good. He's in a good spot, especially without Kevin Love. I understand that. I'm not saying, Griffin is a bad play. I'm just, like you said, you're a beginner. One thing that you always want to look at in games is, the spot can be awesome, but you got to look at the spread. And if it's going to get a blowout, I mean, as good of a spot as it is for somebody, if they're only going to play, say 25 minutes when they usually play 35 minutes, then they're going to be on the floor less. That equals less opportunity. And you still need 46 for Blake to hit value. So, I mean, I just scared of the blowout risk. That's my only thing with Blake Griffin. Cheap small forwards. Okay, so cheap small forwards. I'm looking at one guy. Well, there's two guys you can look at. Larry Nance, 4,800. I think he's a really good play at small forward. Even though he isn't starting, I still like him. And then the other guy that I think is a really good play is my boy Lance Stevenson for the Lakers. I'm not trying to chase what he did last night. Scored 48 fantasy points, almost had a triple-double at 3,900. But this is one more game where we're going to have no Rondo. We're going to have no Ingram. So, I mean, I definitely think that Lance is going to get a couple more minutes in this game. And, I mean, I like him. I think Lance is honestly the best punt play on this slate because he has the massive upside that he showed last night. So that's my cheap punt plays for small forward. Vooch gets in foul trouble, I think. Yeah, no, Vooch could definitely get in foul trouble. I always say that whenever two big, I said this about Drummond and Embiid the other day, and it happened. Whenever two big, really good big guys are going at each other, somebody always gets in foul trouble. What happened to Embiid the other night? He had to sit the whole first quarter. So, hey, Vooch could definitely get in foul trouble, or it could be Nurkic that gets in foul trouble, and Vooch goes crazy. One of those guys, though, I definitely think Chris Parker said, Roto Beast is the GOAT. Hey, thanks, Chris. I try hard every single day for the money team to get us in that greed. Mike Daddy wants to know, do you think Tristan Thompson will ball tonight? So, thing on Tristan Thompson, it's a sore subject for me. I actually ran Tristan Thompson out last night, and he had 20 fantasy points in the first half. I was like, oh, shit. Tristan Thompson is about to help me take down a tournament tonight. And then second half, Tyronn Lue, he's already taking. He's seen that Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson were the two guys that were keeping the game close with the Nets, and he decided to bench the guys and not give them no minutes till very late in the game because they want to lose. And so the thing about Tristan Thompson is his minutes are just all over the place. That's where I'm at with Tristan Thompson. If he's going to get, a bunch of minutes, close to 30 minutes because Love's out, then I would definitely like Tristan Thompson. It's all about, how many minutes the guy is going to get today. Also, he's going to be going against Andre Drummond, which isn't the best matchup. Drummond is a big dude. He may not be the best defender, but he's a big dude. He can block shots, and he could definitely give Thompson a little bit of trouble. So Augustine Villegas wants to know Irving or Ball tonight. So if you watch my previous video of my of my NBA core plays of the day, I actually had Kyrie Irving in there. I really like Kyrie Irving tonight. I mean, he's just underpriced. He's 7.7. He should be more, close to 9,000. And the reason that he is underpriced is he's just not shooting the ball well right now. I mean, he still leads his team in shots, still leads his team in three-pointers, still leads his team in assists. He's just shooting the ball 18% from the three-point line. His career mark is 39% from the three-point line. So he's going to start hitting shots. And I think today's a really good buy low opportunity on Kyrie Irving. I like Kyrie Irving a lot tonight, Villegas. What positions are you punting on tonight? It's tough. I've been going back and forth on kind of where I'm going to punt. There's no like real punt plays that I'm absolutely loving. It's just like, oh my God, I got to get this guy in. There's no spots that are really jumping out to me like that. I mean, I don't know. I really like Lance Stevenson. I think Lance Stevenson is going to be my small forward too that I'm going to punt. I'm going to punt right there. You can probably punt at your shooting guard position too, or your point guard position too as well. So, I mean, that's really where I'm at. I'm still trying to find some really good punt plays on the night, though. So next we got Shane Alexander. Who is the best play on Cleveland, including blowout? So, at first I thought it was going to be Larry Nance because I thought Larry Nance was going to start today. He's not going to start, so it's kind of gave me a little bit of a feeling on him that way. But I think Larry Nance could see some minutes. A guy that I'm really liking on the Cleveland side of things, and I think we'll get a couple extra minutes because I think they'll play some small ball, is going to be Jordan Clarkson. I think Jordan Clarkson is a good play, especially if that game blows out and he gets a ton of minutes. We know Jordan Clarkson in the past, whenever he got minutes, he got opportunity, and opportunity equal fantasy points for Jordan Clarkson. Let me look at what he's been doing really quick. He's 4,800. He's been playing about 23 minutes a game. He's averaging 23 fantasy points. So if he's going to play, 28 minutes, then I would love Jordan Clarkson today. But I mean, that whole game is just kind of for me. The Cleveland and the Detroit game, I definitely think it's going to be a blowout. Um, Mr. Mike, you might be right, Dylan, but I'm taking a stab in the dark. LOL. So I'm guessing he's saying that Vooch gets in foul trouble. I like Vooch. I like Vooch on the slate. I definitely think that Vooch is a really good play. Silver Yoshi said, "This is the toughest night I've personally had making a lineup this year." Yeah, tonight is tough. And one of the real reasons why tonight is tough is because it's a small slate. There's really not that many good options, and we don't have no clear cut value plays. I mean, I agree with you completely, Silver Yoshi. I think tonight is a tough night to build lineups. You're gonna have to put a couple guys in your lineups that you don't feel comfortable with. That's really what it comes down to. But you got to trust your research. You got to trust the numbers that they're pointing you in the right direction. But yeah, it is a tough night to build some lineups. Thoughts on Bullock? I actually really like Reggie Bullock tonight. I was thinking about putting him in my core. It was tough. He's one of those guys. It's like, man, do I really want to suggest this guy? But I mean, we're looking for consistency, and I mean, the past two games, he's got 29 and 41 real life minutes on the floor, and like we always talk about, minutes equal opportunity. He's playing a ton. The thing about him is, to me, he's a little bit more scoring dependent, and this game could turn into a blowout. We talked about that as well. But 4.7, I think that he's one of the more consistent guys that you could get at the shooting guard position on tonight's slate. So I do like Reggie Bull. I do like Reggie Bullock. What do you think about Lance Stevenson? Yeah, I already said Lance Stevenson is probably my top punt of the night. I'm not chasing what he did yesterday, but he's just dirt cheap, and he's going to get some minutes with Brandon Ingram out for one more game. What about Ish Smith and Bullock? I actually like both of those guys tonight. I really like Ish Smith. We're already expecting this game to be a blowout, and if this game is going to be a blowout, Ish Smith's going to get some run. I mean, he's already getting decent run as it is. He's averaging about 29 minutes a game off the bench. And if it turns to a blowout quickly, we can see him play close to 32 minutes at a 5.1 price tag. I love Ish Smith tonight. I think he's a really good play that you can feel comfortable with. Vooch and Jokic, a lock. Vooch and Jokic, they're not locks. But, I mean, I think that they're both really good plays. If I was going to lean one way, I definitely would go Jokic. I just think Jokic is going to have a monster night tonight against the Lakers for sure. So Jokic would be the guy I would go with if I had to choose between Vooch and Jokic. What center are you using tonight? Not sure McGee will do as well tonight. So center-wise, centers, it's another spot. I mean, there's some decent plays. I mean, the guy that I like, he just keeps jumping out to me. Even though, I think this game is going to be a blowout, I like Andre Drummond in this spot. I mean, they're super small. The Cavs are. They're super small, and they're going to have, Tristan Thompson. I don't think he's going to play that many minutes. That's what the coach showed yesterday. And then who else are going to go? Larry Nance, who is really more of a power forward, and they're going to have him playing against Drummond at center. Nah, I don't think that that's going to happen. So I like Drummond tonight. I think that Drummond is a premier play. The only thing, like I said, that scares me is the blowout. You can even look at Steven Adams. I've liked centers versus Boston this year. It's been a trend, and they've been doing very well. So I think Steven Adams is a great play at 7.4. And then you could even look at Horford on the other side, 6.6. His price tag is extremely low. They're going to need him in there to bang with Steven Adams. So I think that, Horford and Steven Adams are both in solid spots on this slate. If you want to look for a little bit of consistency at the center position, Love is out. Tristan starting. Does this make him in play? I mean, Tristan is in play whether Love was playing or wasn't playing. This, to me, makes it seem like Tristan could possibly get a couple extra rebounds, stuff like that. But Tristan Thompson isn't a guy that scores much. Perfect example last night, he was 1 for 10. I played him. I watched him closely. The guy just can't score. All he really does is get rebounds. He'll get you an occasional block or two. Tristan Thompson for me doesn't have that much upside. That's my thing on Tristan Thompson. Fair price though, 4.7, and they're gonna need him to defend Drummond. I mean, so he could get in foul trouble. That's something we've got to consider as well. Augustine or Rozier for punt. I'm going Augustine. I really like Rozier. Don't get me wrong, but I'm on Kyrie tonight, and the difference between Augustine and Rozier is that Augustine is a starting point guard. He is a guy that's pretty much getting about 30 minutes a game. And you got Rozier. The price tag is very fair, but his minutes are super up and down. I mean, 22 minutes, 15 minutes, 23 minutes. I just rather pay 300 more and go with the consistency of DJ Augustine actually starting tonight. I agree, John. Detroit big should eat, and that's another reason that I think that the game could turn to a blowout quickly. It's just a matter if they could get theirs before they get benched for the rest of the game. Stacking Denver game, I think you could just honestly stack the Denver and the Lakers, both sides, and get away with that tonight. For me, it's the most fantasy gold game that's on the slate outside of the Portland and Orlando game. I like the Portland and Orlando game, as well as the Denver and the Lakers game. Those are my two games I'm really going to be targeting tonight. Mr. Vegas said he's late to the chat. Are you playing Fry? What my quick thing, just what I said about Fry is I don't think Fry's a very good player. The times he did well last year was only when he was on the floor with LeBron, because LeBron would feed him wide open 3-pointers and he would knock him down. He's not a guy that creates his own shot. He's a guy that gets pushed around. He's going to have to guard Blake Griffin. No thank you on Channing Frye. I'm out on that one tonight. Lyles and Plumlee could be sneaky tournaments, especially if Jokic somehow gets in foul trouble. I definitely think both of those guys could be sneaky plays. It's all about the minutes. It's all about the minutes with Plumlee and Lyles. Whenever both of those guys get a decent amount of minutes, they both do good. But how many minutes are we really going to get from those guys? That's really the biggest question. On the Jokic, on the Lyles and Plumlee situation. But if I had to go between those two, I would probably go with Trey Lyles. I like the guy. I think he's a really good player. What do you think about Fournier tonight? I like Fournier. On this slate, there's not too many options, and we're looking for a little bit of consistency, and Fournier is one of those guys. I go back to playing him last year. He's going to be battling C.J. McCollum. On the past two games, Fournier's got 36 and 42 fantasy points. He fills up the stat sheet. He does a little bit of everything. I definitely think that Fournier is in play tonight. You could punt Fry. I'm just not really into Fry. Take the 0. Definitely. I definitely think that you could do that. It's a smart strategy. We're gonna have to punt somewhere, and if you're just gonna automatically pretty much take the 0 from Fry and hope that your other guys take care of business, you could definitely do that with the new FanDuel scoring system. You said you take the 0 and get both guards from Denver and Jokic. Oh yeah, then you're winning. If you're gonna get both guards and Jokic and you're gonna punt that, take that 0 and it works out. Hey, that's a really good strategy tonight. I like it for sure. Everyone's stacking the Lakers game, Shane Alexander said. Yeah, hey, and I'm stacking the Lakers game as well. I love that game. That game, and like I said, the Portland game are the games that you do want to stack. Off subject, fire Roberts. Hire Scotia. I get you. Let's talk more show. Taking the 0 is what I meant with Fry. Yeah, the thing is Fry is absolutely dirt cheap, 3,500. And whether we like it or not, with the new scoring system, the lowest score gets thrown out. And Fry, 3,500. If you're gonna fit every single player that you want in your lineup, and you have to take a 0 from Fry, you could do it. That's just how the new scoring system is, and it allows that. You have to punt somewhere. Going with a balanced lineup isn't necessarily a good strategy anymore because they throw out that lowest score. So I like it. I think it's a really good strategy. Now, so you took the 0, and now you got Jokic, LeBron, and Kyrie. Yeah, so I mean that's a great core. You're absolutely winning if you got all three of those guys in your lineup tonight, and you feel comfortable with the other guys around. Yeah, definitely. I think it's a really good strategy on the night. So, I mean, that's all I really got. If you guys got any more questions, hit me. Would you run a Magic stack? I mean, I think you could run a Magic stack in GPP. I think it's a solid GPP stack for sure. There's some really good plays on the Orlando side of things, such as Vooch, such as Fournier, Augustine, Gordon. You can run that 4-man stack, and it could possibly have some success. I definitely think it's going to be an up-tempo game going against Portland for sure. So yeah, that's all. That's all I really got. I got through all the questions. I'm about to get up out of here and get these lineups finalized. Send them out to our members if you want to, play the actual lineups that we're playing every single night. If you want to run, the optimizer for 150 lineups and throw them in a tournament, get yourself up the winning board. Definitely come check out the site, dfscheatsheet.com. We have everything that you need. VIP package is your all-access monthly package, everything that we got going. Hey, man, I'll talk to you guys later. Good luck tonight, and peace out.